Hey y'all, Crafty Coder here. Time for a Dual Sport Maps update. Dual Sport Maps, if you don't know, is a website for the upload, creation, storage, search, and retrieval of off-road motorcycle GPS files. Uh, the basic premise is you can upload your live tracks, store them with your login, make them searchable publicly or privately, modify them, clean them up, make them perfect, then download them back to your GPS and enjoy your time in the great outdoors. So in order to use the website, you have to come to dualsportmaps.com, click on the login button, create a user if you don't have one, or by clicking here, log in if you do have one, or use one of our federated login partners. Google, Facebook, or Twitter logins will all work. So now we log in, as is evidenced by the fact that my username shows up, and you can see the padlock. Now, let's talk about searching. Nice way to use this website is to do a geographic search. So you could say, let's look at what's available on Vancouver Island. So we right-click and drag, puts a little bounding box up. And there we go. We can now use this in a couple of different ways. You can click on a track and see what this is. Vancouver Island Grand Loop version 1.7. Click on it and it will show it. Alternately, you can click over here and look at your options. This one is uploaded by user Lee Old School just a couple of days ago. Well done, Lee. Thanks for the contribution. Lee's been a long-time user up here in BC. He's uploaded this one, 2014. It's been downloaded a bunch and lots of photographs. Beautiful. Now these photos were uploaded by somebody else on a different map, but because Lee's tracks overlapped with these tracks, those photos show up to give the user a better user experience. So that is the geographic searching with just the right click and drag function. Okay, now let's reset the map and look at some other ways. You can click on these icons until you get to these flags. Red flags are other people's maps. Green flags are your maps. So let's show Crafty Coder's North Georgia tracks. I live out here these days. So this is my sort of go-to area when I want to tootle around on Dual Sport. And this is the map that I've created over the years. Now, one of the features that separates us from other tools you might use is the capacity to have uploaded overlay maps like this Blue Ridge Motor Vehicle Use Map, which lets you know where it's legal to ride. And so we have these features, and it tells us a bunch of things, like if there's not a line on the motor vehicle use map and you're in the forest, you're probably going to go to jail in Gainesville when the ranger finds you. So having these types of tools when you're ride planning is pretty handy. Fun. All right, so you also have search features like text search. So if you wanted to bring up all the maps of Gunsight Pass, you could search for the word Gunsight. And we find some maps that match that name. So here's one called Gunsight Pass, which is just the one I was looking for. Got a bunch of photos uploaded. In this case by me, it's my bike. And There's a nice map if we wanted to download it. Now, in order to download it, you come here, you select the map, then you click the download button, and you get a little dialog here, and it starts counting up, and it's rendering the map, and it'll bound along around the circle, and when it gets to 100%, it will push the map down to your computer, like this. And you can click on the file, we'll open it up, and inside will be a raw GPX file and a modified GPX file. The modified one is one that contains any changes that have been made since the GPX file was uploaded, and the raw one is the original GPX file that was uploaded the first time. So those can diverge over time as you make changes, and here's what a change might look like. You click on Edit, and you see we have a bunch of these maps. So this is what I described as the hard side, and that's what I described as the easy side of Gunsight Pass. Oh, I remember this hard side. I crashed, lost my license plate, and sprained my ankle really bad. Good times. Okay, so and if we wanted to, we could, just for fun, put in a new track. You say click here, into here, here. So we just drew this line, sort of zigzaggy. Not all that wonderful, but we can click there and there. And now we've just snapped it to the road, and we say keep the track. And no, not quite right. Didn't do what we wanted, so we're going to modify it some. We'll try it again. Click. Click. That's what we wanted. So now it goes from here, up and around, and across and over. Yep, that's what we want. And if we wanted to, we can change the color, make it blue. Okay. And now we have this extra track on there. Now, I've never been there, and so I'm not going to save that. But you could, if you knew what you were doing, wanted to make that change. You can also, let's go back and edit and add a waypoint. You can say add one, click, and then pick the waypoint that you want, click. That's kind of an ugly one. There we go. And let's undo. I don't actually want to change it. So there we go. Those are your edit functions. Now let's show some exciting ride planning features. We'll go ahead and edit this map here. We'll zoom in and find one of these maps here. We'll go to Quitman County, town of Lumpkin, and zooming in here. And let's do a ride planning adventure that gets us from Lumpkin to the county line on dirt roads. So we'll make a new track. We'll start in Lumpkin City Center here. And then we go up to here and here, 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 and here to the county line. Now, we know these are dirt roads because we can see it's this white road with the little dashes, which are dirt, as opposed to these, which are paved. So that's dirt. That's a highway. So now we'll do a little track wizard. Oh, look at that. Cute. No way, man. they're messing with us. So let's do a little bit of a better job giving it an idea where we want to be. There we go. Got it the second time. And now we have this nice track here that's been created, and it goes along a dirt road. And if you were doing some ride planning, this would really help out. All right, dirt track. All right, so let's get out of here. I don't want to save those changes again. We could, but I'm not particularly interested in this case. Yeah, so we've seen overlays, and we've seen edits, and ride planning, and searching. So I suppose that's a good start. The one thing I would ask you all to do is, if you use the website, give it a like, tell your friends, and if you're super generous, consider subscribing so we can make a few shekels to keep the lights on. This server is not cheap. Right now we're doing about 60 million database searches per month, and we pay for each read and we pay for each write, and having a few dollars come our way helps a lot. So please come join in the fun, ride safe, share your best rides with the community, and if you do, please consider throwing a few bucks in the hat by clicking the subscribe button. Take care, y'all.